All right, let's jump right in. We're going to explore this huge, really ambitious idea about global communication, and we're going to do it by focusing on just one single word, a word you've probably used 100 times without ever thinking twice about it. So, that word is necessary. Now, according to our source here, the Simple English Wiktionary, the definition is about as straightforward as you can get. If people need it, it's necessary. Simple, right? But that simplicity, well, that's not an accident. It's actually part of a much bigger and way more fascinating system. You see, this word wasn't just picked out of a hat. There's a clue, hidden in plain sight right on the source page, that unlocks this entire story. And there it is, that one little sentence, kind of tucked away at the top. Necessary is on the Basic English 850 list. That right there, that's the key to everything we're talking about today. So that just begs the question, right? What in the world is the Basic English 850? And why is this very common, very simple word, necessary, a part of it? The answer to that is the whole point of this explainer. Before we totally unpack what that list is, let's just take a quick look at how the source itself breaks down the word, because it's a perfect example of how to make language really, really accessible. First up, the grammar. It's laid out in this super clear table. No guesswork for a learner. You've got necessary, more necessary, and most necessary. Bam, done. And that commitment to clarity just keeps going. You get the pronunciation, how to hyphenate it, its different forms, related words. Every single detail is structured so you can understand it instantly. The whole entry is basically a blueprint for simplicity. And you gotta love this. Tucked away in these super focused, simple pages are these little gems about how language changes over time. Turns out, back in the day, a necessary was a bathroom. I suppose for the people at the time, it was a very necessary room. Okay, so now it's time to answer that big question we left hanging. What is this list, this Basic English 850? And what's the system behind all this simplicity? This is the magic number, 850. And it's not just some random count, believe me. It is the absolute foundation of an entire system for language, a system designed specifically for clear global communication. So here's the big reveal. Basic English is a version of the language that's been boiled down to its most essential core. So necessary isn't just a useful word, it was chosen as one of the 850 most powerful words, a word that's capable of expressing really complex ideas with the most clarity possible. And get this, the source also points out that necessary is on the academic vocabulary list. This is so important because it proves that a word doesn't have to be complicated to be powerful. These foundational words, they're the bedrock for both your everyday chat and for high-level academic thinking. So you might be wondering, why does a list of 850 words from the 1930s still matter to us today? What's the big picture here? Well, the spirit of Basic English is totally alive and well today in projects just like the Simple English Wiktionary. The mission is exactly the same as it was back then, to break down barriers and make knowledge accessible to literally everyone, whether you're a brand new learner or a non-native speaker. Now, it's really important to get this straight. This is not about dumbing down the language, not at all. Think of it more like this. A smaller, stronger vocabulary gives you a rock-solid foundation. You can build much more complex and beautiful things once you've truly mastered the essential tools. 51. What do you think this number is? That's how many different languages the Wiktionary entry for our one single word, necessary, is available in. 51 languages. That's incredible. And that is why this whole idea of simple, structured language is so important. It acts as a bridge. Each one of those 51 translations is a connection, a new link built on a shared understanding of a core concept. That is a seriously powerful idea. And that brings us to our final thought. This whole journey started with just one necessary word, and it ends with a question about what's possible for all of us. When we make clarity a priority, when we build these bridges of understanding, what new ideas, what new collaborations, what new futures can we all create together?